My name is Rico, the Dungeon Master for Season 3, the restoration of the 12 Olympians. This season, we'll find our heroes traveling back to the lands of Eris and Enyo within Harmonia, as they adventure through and see what they have accomplished and completed by restoring the 3 fabled relics, the Sickle of Kronos, the Golden Apple of Discord, and the Robe and Necklace of Harmonia. We'll start with Deborah.
I am Deborah, and I am playing a human rogue named Neith. Her name is Neith.
And I'm Matt, playing a dragonborn monk named Ari Futan.
And I'm Daphne, and I play Gelsira Venfire, who is a halfling druid.
And my name is Rico. I am the Dungeon Master for Season 3 of the campaign. Who's ready for a Deborah's Diary?
I'm ready for
Deborah's Diary.
Dear Diary, in our last episode, our heroes piddle-farted around Aspasia. Gelsira goes to the Druid Guild Hall as a T-Rex and gets petted.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Gelsira is ridden by a girl. A little girl. Doesn't sound any better.
They said
She becomes the Lord of the Dinos. Gelsira is also now a slide. Ari, Pan, and Martel drink to the dinosaurs. And one of the druid members empties Gelsira's water skin of ambrosia. Vince gets his potion. I forget what potion it is, sorry.
Poison resistance.
Oh, there you go.
it is
Potion of
definitely
Menses.
a potion of something related to poison.
Something
Yeah.
related to poison. The paladins toast to T-Rexes, men, and horses. Cedric, however, was on the job. He made sure to take care of all the butterflies stealing nectar from flowers, keeping those flowers safe from nectar stealers. At Eris's, our heroes sit with their favorite gods and goddesses.
It's a nice way
And
of saying
Ari-
butterfly genocide.
Shows off his demon. They spend the night in the Merrill estate, and the next day go to Cronus's to get Gelsira a horse. And to drop off some seeds of magic fruit. Kronos gets Martel and Pan. That's it. That's the whole line on my note. And Kronos has ambrosia, but Eris didn't. Was it Hecate? Let's find out in this episode of Sunwood Play.
Hell yeah. Work it.
Hey, Rico, that's your cue.
So where were we?
I'm trying to remember. I don't think Pan was there.
All I have is Kronos
he went
gets
to go get
Martel
Pan
and
and Martel, but Pan wasn't available.
I'm pretty sure he was not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta wait for.
Okay.
Like he had to
We
go
gotta-
back to Bahamut
I have an
stuff.
incomplete note.
We gotta
So
go.
whatever
we gotta
you
go
say.
get Pan and Martel.
No, Kronos is bringing Martel.
Oh, okay.
Kronos has brought Martel.
Where's Pan?
Pan is not with you guys.
Where's
Pan's
he at?
busy.
He was unable to be brought.
Oh, okay. Got
He's
it.
probably busy with the, goddess.
No.
Of love.
Dun, dun, dun.
Having SEX.
I mean,
S-E-K-S.
That's Pan for ya.
I love the sound of ice.
it is fun.
So Martel, being teleported back to Kronos's with Kronos, wipes the sleep out of his eyes and looks up at you guys and wants to know, what time of day is it?
I look around. What time of day is it?
It's like early morning.
It's early morning, Martel.
I must have drank too much last night.
That's possible.
Did you forget to grab me before we left Aspasia? Where am I right now?
We're on a
Kronos' farm.
farm.
We're on Kronos' farm.
Oh. And then he lays back down and curls up and he says, wake me up in like 15 more minutes.
Okay.
And he goes back to sleep and starts snoring. And Kronos laughs to himself and fucks off into his house.
Where are we headed? We got to go to. Did you get your horse back from Adonis? Does that happen? Or from
I don't
wherever?
think-
No,
No.
her horse was at Cronus's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we got to go back to Adonis.
So we're at Cronus's.
We're trying to go.
No, we have to
West.
go to Amorelia.
Moralonia.
A Moralonia. I'm the one that named these, and I still
I know.
can't remember what they are.
Martell
This
knows
is
where
terrible.
we're going, right?
Yeah, Martell knows where we're going.
Martell will know exactly where you guys are going.
You guys want to play like a game of tic-tac-toe while we wait for Martell to wake up?
But you do know the border between the two countries is that big flowing river.
Right.
Which you're not far from.
Oh, dope. It's what, west?
Oh, man. No, it's not. It's like eastish.
I walk over to Martell, and I crouch down next to his head, and I whisper in his ear, and I go, I'm going to get to kill the dragonborn before you.
And he is snoring.
And I give him a weird look and stand up and kind of nudge him with my toe.
Oh, okay. Then he brushes your feet to the side. He's like, 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes, you'll be too late to kill anything.
10 more minutes.
Who's got a
I'll
wake
get
up
the
spell?
soul, not you.
I could make snow fall on him.
Do that. Is that a cantrip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then do that.
I do
I got
that.
nothing for this one.
Snow falling on Martell.
There's snow falling on Martell.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he rolls over on his back and he opened his mouth and blah, and then blems his tongue out. And now he's just catching snow in his mouth.
That's cute.
And he's like, 5 more
It's
minutes.
adorable.
I promise. I'll be ready to go in 5 more minutes. He is clearly not sleeping.
I go out.
He's just being lazy.
I go out to the stables to go hang out with Lucy.
Yeah, I suppose we can get our horses ready.
Yeah, you guys do that.
Yeah, we're gonna
5 more minutes. I'll be
Okay.
ready. I promise.
We're gonna get our horses ready.
Neith rolls her eyes and goes over to the stables to make sure her horses
Give Anno some
got
brushing.
everything.
Martell can summon his mount. He can be
Yeah.
ready to go at a moment's notice.
Tack is on correctly. I've got enough feed. I've got some apples, whatever horses need, I have it.
All right. Well, you guys can saddle up your horses.
Feed Anno.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's well fed anyway. But
Yeah,
we're just
he
gonna
is.
hook him up. Give him a mushroom.
And then Martell sits up and he looks around, blinks a couple times, and then he says, I don't have my weapons or my shield. He looks around, and then as he says he doesn't have them, there's a little circular hole that opens up in the air above him, and his hammer falls and hits him on the head with a loud thunk and hits to the ground, and the shield follows, and Martell says, oh, there they are.
I need to get
Right
me
where
one
I
of
left
those.
them. And then he looks up, and the hole closes. It's not a power Martell has.
Nope.
It's probably Kronos getting them for him. Just dropped it on his head.
I'm imagining thumbs up coming out of the hole, then going back in.
And Martell gets up and dusts himself off, and he's like, onward to Sklovari.
Sklovari.
Fantastic.
That was the name of the fighter village, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But I thought we didn't have to go to Sklovari. I thought we had to go to Amarelia.
Yeah, you do. But there are going to be towns in between the capital on the way.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Let's head off. Eastish, you said?
I think it's eastish.
Let's head off in the direction
I
of
think
Sklovari.
I think the river runs north-south. I imagine it's split down the middle. Do you still have the map of Harmonia?
Yes.
Can I seize it? Please?
Is there a notebook over there?
There's a Dungeon Master's Guide.
No, keep looking. Keep going.
Monster
keep going.
Manual. Forgotten Realms.
Keep going.
Forgotten Realms Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Graph paper composition notebook.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was it. Nope. Hold on. I found it.
Blank character sheet.
Blank character sheet.
Mechanical pencil.
The town looks just like a blank character sheet.
TV
We're
tray.
getting closer. Yeah.
Grid paper. That looks like it maybe had a dungeon or something on it.
At one point it did.
Is that what you're looking for?
What? No.
Oh, okay. I'm out of stuff. My notebook.
My notebook.
Do you need my notebook?
No, not your
Oh,
notebook.
okay.
100 people surveyed. Top 12 answers on the board.
I need to take the pen and this pencil out of my dice tray. These DM dice don't roll very well.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Lucky for you guys.
Lucky for us. I may have put them in an oven.
Because I
What?
think there was a map.
What?
There was the land
There
mass
was.
that I remember seeing, 3 years ago now? Christ. I feel like I've been DMing forever.
It's been 478,000 minutes.
It's not my fault you put in so many side quests. But they're fun, so don't take them out.
All right. So take out side
I
quests.
said, don't take out the side quests. I mean, unless you want a shorter campaign, then take out side quests.
Only
side quests
do
are
side
important.
quests.
Part of the story.
Oh my gosh, I can't find it.
It's not that fucking important. I'll say the river runs north and south.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the river.
Bisects
Yes,
the
okay.
nation.
The waterfall is at the very
Bisects.
north end of the thing. The river goes all the way to the south.
Yeah, that's what I thought I remembered was it runs north and
Amorelia
south.
is
There's no
south
bisex. It's Pride Month's over.
west.
Bisex is
Yeah, it's-
illegal again.
Oh, is it southwest?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So then yes, Matt,
Shane
it's west.
Month now.
West?
Yeah, it's west. You're
Hell
right.
yeah. West.
Good job.
Let's
Good
go
remembering.
towards Skolvari.
Let's go.
Clap, 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 clap,
Well, you gotta-
clap, 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 clap,
Make your way to the river, but yeah,
clap, 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 clap.
because it was
clap,
just
clap,
across
clap.
the river.
Who's got a spell to get us across the river?
Oh, there's a bridge.
One of my patches is a rowboat.
I could turn us on to clouds.
There's a
Or we
bridge.
could just cross the bridge.
You can just cross the bridge.
Oh,
I
here's
don't
Pelican
trust the
Town.
bridge.
Fuck Pelican Town. I'm gonna burn it.
Oh, I love Pelican Town.
Pelican.
I found my maps.
Rock on.
The
All
Aqua
right.
Wood.
So, we should make camp along the way. Yeah, find a
It's
place
not
to
very
camp.
far.
With the river?
I mean,
not very far at all.
if I remember correctly, somebody here has a mansion that comes with him everywhere
Well,
he goes.
Somebody else is about to do some growing, so
I forgot about that. That's right.
probably needs some wide open space. I made a note.
That's
he
right.
could- so
that
he
was
could get-
important, and I forgot.
So he could get too big to be in my hood, which
Don't worry about it, Deborah. It's not that important.
But I want it.
Oh, okay.
to the river.
Let's go.
Clap, clap, clap.
Clop, clop, clop.
Do we get to murder any zombies on the way?
No.
Undead?
No
What-
undead.
What's the weather like?
It is where you guys are at. It is beautiful, 72 degrees and sunny.
Perfect.
There is a wonderful breeze.
Mm.
You can smell grass and wildflowers on the air.
How's the humidity?
There is zero humidity.
Fuck yeah.
Yay!
What a
Wait,
wonderful
what?
place.
That's pretty dry. I'm
I
probably
love it.
coughing all the time.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah, just hydrate.
Beautiful.
Here, have some water from my never-ending water skin.
Neath glares at you.
So you guys can make it to the river. You're not going to get accosted or anything because the magic's back in the land, of course. So there's no muggers or bandits or anything on the road to
No
rob you
molestation.
or molest you guys. Yeah.
Shucks.
That's good.
If there,
He was hoping for extra molestation.
if there were, I'd give them the old jelly one too.
Turn into a jellyfin.
Jello.
And as you are approaching the river,
Hell yeah.
you can see across the river. It is not sunny and 72 degrees.
Shit, we're going to have to go
Uh-oh.
fix that country.
There is a very discernible difference in the skies above this other land.
Galsira, I'm sorry, but I don't think it'd be very safe to turn into clouds going into that.
Off in the distance, you guys can, and when I say off in the distance, I mean like at the horizon. You see from your perspective, a small swirling purple-black vortex in the sky.
Yikes!
And wispy white beam that just hovers that goes up between the ground and the vortex. There are storm clouds. The wind is blowing rather hard across the river. It is not that different from the vision that you saw.
Okay.
It looks like whatever influence is in this land is pretty established and has been for quite some time, and will only get worse the deeper you go into the lands. So you can, if you would like, take one last look at the beauty that is this side of the river before you step into the shithole that is going to be the other side of the river.
I bring Anos around to stare at the beauty real quick, and I say, all right, guess we're leaving this behind for a while.
I would like to get out my daggers
Prancing
and
back.
my twisted and fate daggers and double check the sharpness of them.
Ooh, good call. They look a little dull. They're chipped in a couple places.
Ooh.
It's been a minute since you've quenched them.
Do I know that this blood
you
will
know
make them
that.
sharp again?
Mhm. Oh
Okay.
yeah, you've had them
Okay.
long enough.
I was like, I don't have a whetstone, so, which is weird. I should get a whetstone for my other daggers.
Yeah. Giant one. Weighs about 2 tons. carried around.
You can
That's
hear
not how it works.
Okay.
the wind howling through the trees across the river. The river is just fine. It's nice and calm. You could swim in it, but as soon as you cross that bridge to get over into the other lands, it's going to be less pleasant for you folk.
What do you think, guys? Should we? What time of day is it now?
It's still, 30 minutes past when you last left Cronus's.
Wow, that was really close.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it wasn't very
Yeah, it's
far.
not far.
I
It's
don't
not
want to
far.
make camp over there. All right.
Well, are we ready, or do you want to take a rest before we cross the bridge?
Neith
Does anybody need a
pulls
rest?
her sleeves up to so her forearms are out, and she takes her daggers and does a little slice down each forearm, just a little bit, just get a little taste of blood
Nice.
I'm like,
in them.
The daggers hiss a little bit as the blood
do I see that?
seeps up into the blades.
Do I see that?
Were you doing it stealthily?
No.
Then yes, you see it.
I'm like, Neith, are you okay?
Oh, I'm just feeding my babies.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, get your daggers in
Creepy.
blood. Well, should we cross the bridge?
Let's do it.
Who goes
How
first?
sturdy does it look? I want
The
to.
bridge looks sturdy.
It looks great.
Yeah, Martel says, I'll go first. And he walks across the bridge. It creaks a little bit because he's heavy, but it's sturdy enough.
Should we leave our horses here, or should we take our horses
Let's
with?
bring them with.
No, we got to bring the horses with us, or what was the point?
I hop off Anos and guide him across the bridge, or walk with.
He does not appear to be afraid in the least. If he could smile, he would probably be smiling. He was bred for this shit.
Nice.
So he is not afraid to go into this less than pleasant land that you guys are getting ready to cross into.
Let's go, champ.
Vince, how good are you at swimming?
At swimming,
He's got a 28 in swimming.
not
It's right there on the
very good.
He's proficient in all skills, right?
Swimming is not a skill, I
are
don't
you-
think.
Did you look at the character sheet?
That'd probably be survival, though, if I had to put it to a roll.
Okay,
Oh.
let me go next. I'm not very good at this.
At walking across a bridge?
Do you not remember the last time I tried to walk across a bridge?
Good luck, son.
I had to
And
turn
as
it
Martel
Then
comes
everybody
across
else
the
went
other
across
side
just
of the
fine.
bridge, he appears to disappear. Like you don't see him anymore.
Sweet.
I immediately pause at the beginning of the bridge, and then I yell out, "Hey, Martel, are you still there?"
And he comes back to the bridge, and it looks like he is covered in ash a little bit.
Oh,
And he's like, yeah, I'm just fine. It's wicked cold in there.
Do me a favor and just stay right there.
Okay.
You kind of did a disappearing act.
Oh, I imagine it has something to do with the barrier.
Okay, well, let's just all stay together before we walk through any barriers, okay?
Well, then just get across the bridge.
This is the
And
whole
he
episode.
Walks back into the barrier.
Ben.
I joined Martel in the barrier.
And as you walk through, you feel
Ben.
about a 20-degree shift in ambient temperature.
Ooh, my dragon nipples.
Yes. It is about 52 degrees.
Ooh, I like cave weather.
oddly specific. Okay.
The wind howls through tree branches. Looks like the trees are slowly dying. It looks like it's winter on this side, at least in terms of the foliage. So the trees are still there. They're just lacking greenery. You can hear creaking branches, and it feels chilly. Like it feels like something is sapping the life out of you. It's not really doing it, but that's what it feels like. The cold is, despite it being only 52 degrees, it's not that cold, but it feels like it chills to the bone, like the chill of the grave. And there is ash blowing through the air. You could smell it.
So we don't see that yet.
Mm-mm.
Not unless you hurry the fuck up.
Well, okay, stop.
And then you guys see Ari disappear on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, who's
with
going
his
next?
horse
well,
disappearing
I'm right in front
on
of
the
the
other
bridge,
side of the bridge.
so I start walking across the bridge.
I too will walk across the bridge.
Okay, I'll go last, and I'm gonna follow Vince, and I'm
So
leading.
you could turn into a dolphin if you need to.
Mhm. And I'm leading Lucy.
Oh
across the
man,
bridge.
remember that rescue mission?
That was
Jesus
a ton
Christ.
of fun.
No,
That was
God.
All right, so as the other three of you get across the bridge, the same experience happens. Gets 20 degrees colder.
You get hard dragon nipples.
Yep. All of you now have hard dragon nipples. The wind is howling through the trees. Branches are creaking. There is ash in the air, like continuously, like a volcano had erupted, but you don't smell any sulfur.
Ooh.
It just seems dark and miserable, and it feels, the cold air feels oppressive.
Wow, we haven't been in a place like this in a long time.
Probably that white ass beam.
I cast Produce Flame, and I just have it in my hand just to kind of like, I just like having the warmth in my hand just to kind of stay warm and have a fire with me.
How
Okay.
far can we see?
You can see a couple 100 yards in front of you.
Okay.
So you
What-
got like 600-700 feet.
is it still
Wait,
like
3 feet in a yard, right? Couple hundred, yeah, about 900 feet.
Okay.
is it still like kind of daytime but just super cloudy or
Mhm.
I see.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and you can see spiraling black finger cloud, not like shaped like fingers, but like fingerling clouds emanating across the entirety of the sky that all seem to go back to that vortex way off in the horizon. This necromancer has been busy.
Clearly,
Wow,
Jesus.
it's a powerful. I'm like, this is a powerful necromancer.
He is now.
We better stop him before he gets more powerful.
We absolutely should.
I don't know how much more powerful he's going to get, but Martel says.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's not going to be an easy trek to get to him.
Well,
We should just start heading that way, huh?
so what's like? Is the path still here? Like, is it just
Oh yeah, it's still there.
okay?
It
I
is
remount.
covered with ash here and there. It looks like banks of snow, but it's actually banks of ash that have been blowing and accumulating for God knows how long. When did these two Dragonborn originally escape? In Deborah's game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
After trying to sacrifice Pan?
Which is at least 10 days ago.
I think it's been longer than that. There was a whole nother adventure with Weejas
Yeah,
in
probably.
between there.
That took about a month. Game time.
And I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, this is scary. And I'm like, Vince, is it good? I'm like, Vince, your mansion sounds pretty good right about now, but
That's still
we're
like,
on a quest.
what?
And Cargo whispers to you in your ear in Draconic. He says, it tastes like death. The air tastes terrible.
Yeah, I say back in Draconic. It's not great.
And Martel's like, yeah, it's really not great at all in Draconic.
Yeah.
Any of you speak Draconic?
Nope.
Mhm.
So you just hear guttural dragon speech between the the two Dragonborn and the baby dragon.
I asked Cedric to fly ahead a little bit, but not too far ahead, but just maybe like 300, 400 feet or so, just to kind of like scout out any dangers that
In
may.
the sky?
I mean, not like super high.
Oh, in the ground. Tell them to go in the ground. Burrow. Canals burrow.
Mm-mm.
Can they burrow in D&D?
And then Cedric looks at you with fear in his eyes, and he says, all right, I'll be back. And then jumps up into the sky and takes off. Goes flying.
And plummets.
And he gets about 150 yards and then disappears. You can't see him anymore.
I try to talk to him telepathically.
You get no answer.
Oh no.
He's dead. Jim.
Galsira, you okay?
No, I'm not.
What happened?
I'm really worried about Cedric.
I mean,
Did you send him
did he
to his
just go
death?
through a cloud or something? What happened?
I don't know. He just he went ahead and then he just disappeared, and now I lost all contact with him. Like I'm not hearing him anymore.
Well, let's give chase.
And I kind of I get really nervous, and I kind of actually I speed up on Lucy. I'm like, come on, Lucy, and we go to we start running.
All right, rock on. So Gelsira bolts. and
Jump
takes
on
off.
Anos. Yeah, yeah.
Let's go.
And then Martel summons his ethereal mount and chases after.
And I'm yelling for Cedric.
So you're going to get about 150 yards up Gelsira, and you will see Cedric on the ground at the trunk of a tree. He's missing a couple feathers and looks like he's aged by a couple years.
Oh, that's like 1,000,000 years in human years.
His once vibrant plumage is now like dusted with ash, and he's got some gray feathers, and he started to grow like a little owl beard. Have you seen The Secret of Nim?
Yes.
You remember the great horned owl that had like the mustache and beard?
Oh my
He's
gosh.
beginning to look like that.
Oh.
Interesting.
And his beak is chattering as he walks up to you. And he says, I wasn't able to see anything.
Oh. I give Cedric a little bit of ambrosia.
And he happily takes it. And he says, well, thank you. I feel better. But there is no physical change in his appearance.
I'm like, Cedric, you look like you look a couple years older.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I look good?
I mean, you look very wise.
Nice. Please don't send me flying up in the sky again.
Well, I definitely won't do it here anymore. This is a bad place.
Yes, it is.
All right.
And then he very slowly and gingerly hops back up to your shoulder and like nuzzles in really, really close. He feels cold.
Oh.
It feels like he's been outside in winter temperatures.
I kind of put my hand with the flame. I don't get too close to him. But
Yeah,
I kinda
to keep him warm?
Sets him on
Yeah.
fire. Here you go, little buddy. No better. Too far in the other direction.
I'm just thinking like this is a weird place.
It's a cold place,
Yeah, and
for
I'm like,
sure.
like I wish Pan were here. You know what to do.
Well,
No, he wouldn't.
we know what to
He'd
do.
get drunk and try to fuck the first tree he found, Marcel says. That's what Pan would do.
That's true. That he's right.
That tracks.
So what's
I love how it's the paladin that's the.
Yeah.
and anything different in our surroundings since we've moved ahead a few hundred yards?
Nope. You do see some tents and some camps. It looks like people tried to build fires. You can see small embers and flames. There are people sitting around them with their hand in front of the embers and the flames trying to stay warm. Women and children, some men, they look miserable. They don't look malnourished. They look like they eat, but they don't look comfortable.
So there's no like active flame?
They're like a small one. There's a small one. They're doing everything they can to keep it lit, but with all the ash in the air, it's hard to get enough oxygen to burn a substantial flame.
Should we talk to him?
I
Give at least 70 of them names.
hold on. I actually like take off I have to do a little maneuvering, but I take off my vest and I actually wrap it around my head to cover up my mouth and my nose so I'm not breathing so
Smart.
much of this stuff in.
So you're not breathing in ash?
Yeah.
Smart.
You guys want to go talk to those people?
Hell
I know
yeah,
that's
let's
a
talk
thing
to
you
some
like
people.
doing. I just wanted to be very.
I walk up to the first. How were they close to us? Is that as we're
Yeah, they're
traveling?
just off.
Okay.
They're just off the path.
I yell out to one of them that I can see within range and say, "Hey."
Oh, and then a woman and a child and a man look up and they wave. Hail!
What's going on around here? What's this about? What's all this?
Are you not from here?
No.
Oh, huh. So this is your first time here?
Yes. Let's go with yes.
So there is this, I don't know what we call him, overlord, lich, necromancer,
Oh, sounds like the guy we're looking for.
Which-
that's had a terrible grip on this land for a number of months.
Oh, we're gonna go kill him. Is he that way? I point towards the light.
Yes. That's where you will find his throne.
Cool.
Her throne? Its throne?
Is there do you have any information that might help us? Like what about does he have any routines that you all hate?
We're not from his seat of power. So no, we've never seen him or met him.
Okay. You're just victims of the terribleness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Mhm.
The terribleness.
Well, I think
Oh, the threesies of you make a insight roll.
which threesies? The other threesies?
You threesies.
Oh.
Not Vince.
I was like, there are 4 of us.
17.
13.
You said insight?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm proficient in that.
Ooh.
16.
Oh, sorry, Deborah. You didn't need to make that roll. I apologize. You weren't there. Matt, you recognize this guy. He looks like somebody that Pan got in a fist fight with in Sclavari a long, long time ago.
Wait a minute, I know you. Didn't you duke it out with my buddy?
Wait a minute. The paladin?
Yeah.
The half-elf?
Yes.
Yeah. Right before he chased after some kid.
I remember that.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, so we're going to go kick that guy's ass who you guys...
You headed to Sclavari?
Yes.
Be very, very careful.
What do we got to look out for on the way? Or there?
A lot of people seem to have lost their minds and their senses. I mean, we liked a good brawl every once in a while, but we knew when to quit.
Ah.
The people in Sclavari don't know how to quit.
Ah.
And even when you knock them out, they tend to get back up and keep fighting.
Well, that is unfortunate.
It's a good thing we have Martel with us.
Well, yeah, but now that we know we have to kill these people if we fight them, we should probably try to avoid that.
Yeah, I think we should try to just get to the necromancer and avoid whatever distractions we can.
Do you think is there some sort of consensus as to what might be causing the people to lose their minds in Sclavari? Like if we...
And the guy looks around at the ash and the black clouds.
Oh, just the general vibe.
And the general vibe, and he's like,
okay, all right. And
all of this?
I don't know if maybe something in Sclavari could be done to stop the people of Sclavari
Do you know if this overlord has any minions or any like dangerous creatures that roam about that we should be aware of?
And then he looks off in the horizon and looks at the swirling vortex, and he says, well, I've never been there, so I can't say for certain, but I would imagine if they're powerful enough to alter our surroundings, then yes, I think that's safe to assume.
Okay. Well, don't you worry. We'll get it taken care of.
Well, that'd be fantastic.
And then
We'd love to go back home.
Yeah, we hate that guy, so it's kind of a personal thing.
He's a jerk.
Yeah. But I feel pretty confident that we could do something about this. And, sucks that he came here.
What's it like across the bridge?
Oh, it's great. It's really super great. Can you guys not get through the barrier?
No.
Ah.
No, we can't.
Well,
Wait,
Could you
what?
help us get through the barrier?
I'm not sure if I can. I don't have like any barrier breaking skills. I just sort of passed through, so I don't know how I did it.
And Martel stops for a moment, and he's like, I'll help you guys get through. And then the little girl runs up and hugs him, and the guy's wife comes up and hugs him, and the guy smiles. It looks like for the first time that he's ever smiled in months, and starts running around to the other tents to let people know that there's someone here that can get them across the barrier.
Nice.
And so about 20 or 30 people, families, come out of their tents, and they look at Martel and are like, can you really get us through the barrier? And Martel's like, oh yeah, easily. I'll happily get you guys through the barrier.
What do we got to do, Martel?
I imagine we just have to walk them through it.
Oh, all right.
We just walked through it, right?
Yeah.
Well, we went one way.
Can we get through the other?
Probably. If we formed like a human chain, like a connection between our side and this side with, half of us out of the barrier and half of us in,
Yeah.
I imagine that would probably work.
Oh, it's worth a try.
I believe it. Let's give it a shot.
Let's go.
And Martel leads the way back from whence you guys came. And he crosses through the barrier. As he gets to the bridge, he disappears. You don't see him. You can still see the beautiful, sunny, wonderful weather that is on the other side of the bridge. But Martel, you don't see Martel.
Okay. So I will grab a person and kind of guide them through.
And you and the person go through no problem.
Okay. I let go of the person. Are they good? Do they
Yeah.
die on impact?
No, nobody dies. They don't die. They go through.
No.
And Martel comes back and he sticks his head through. You guys see just the head of Martel through the barrier. He's like, yeah, this will be easy. Let's just guide these people through. If we take them through one at a time, we'll get them to safety.
All right. Line up, everyone.
Yep.
And then Martel will wait for you guys to bring them through, and he'll guide them safely across the bridge.
Cool.
Because he's got a flying dragon mount. If the bridge were to break or something were to happen, he could save them. But if you guys get them, hold their hands through the barrier, they'll all be able to get through.
Cool.
Okay, well-
I want to take the dude who gave us the information, that we talked to anyway, take him aside real quick and give him a mushroom.
Thanks.
There you go, man. Try this. It's
What's
awesome. It's a magic mushroom that tastes like your favorite meal, and it does sate you as well. So it's not.
Oh,
It's
nice.
not weak sauce. It's good.
He hurriedly pops it in his mouth and then immediately spits it back out. That is awful.
What?
That tasted like dung and maggots.
Well, that must be your favorite meal. How dare you?
It's not my favorite meal at all.
I eat a mushroom.
And it tastes like horse manure. And it tastes like rotted flesh. And it tastes like soured milk.
Mm,
You
I
must-
have to have a word with Bendy. These things have gone bad. Then store them in the half bag of holding.
I'd
don't
like
know.
to cast healing word on myself, but to intentionally have it at the weakest level possible.
For what? Just to cast?
Yes. Like for a total of 1 HP.
Okay. You
Wait, were we on
successfully-
the other side of the barrier when I gave him the mushroom?
You were on
The bad side?
the bad side.
Yeah, I want to be
That's
on
why.
the bad side and cast healing word for 1 HP on myself.
And you feel a slight pain
Ooh.
in your breast, like left pec,
Mm-hmm.
and a little cut across your chest, just a small one.
I immediately relay that to all of you. Hey guys,
Hey, what's up, Vince?
things are backwards here. Things that would normally give life seem to be hurting and causing pain.
Oh.
Just cast healing word on myself, and it hurt.
Oh, my magic mushroom tastes like shit.
Does that mean
I take out Twisted and Fate.
What the?
does that mean if we
They are glowing,
Ooh.
like, and you hear like a high pitched humming, and you can feel vibrations in your hands,
Ooh.
like they are digging whatever this is.
I look at Zatoichi and see how he's doing.
He has a very, very nice white ethereal glow around him, and you can see like little orbs dancing around him.
I step back a bit and say, "But hey, buddy, what's going on? Are you digging it here?"
I'm
Like,
feeding.
oh, cool. It's just like, what are there, like souls in the air? What's going on?
Yes, and flesh.
In the air? Oh, is that what this ash is?
This isn't ash.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I mean,
It's skin. It's dry skin.
oh, okay.
Ari, who are you talking to?
My little
You can
demon
see him. You can see
Zatoichi.
him.
Oh, I can
Oh,
see
wait.
Zatoichi.
Kid, you never put him away, right?
I probably didn't.
Okay, then you can see Zatoichi.
Oh, okay, so I see him.
You can see how are you speaking to Zatoichi? How are
Yeah.
you talking to him?
God, how?
He's a demon, so very likely infernal.
Yeah. Well, I'm speaking.
You were speaking probably common. He's
common.
hearing
He
it in
can
infernal.
Understand what I say because I'm awesome.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
I
not
can-
understanding what Zatoichi is saying.
No, you are hearing like a gargling, wet, bloody
Hey, Ari, what are you
sound
two talking
coming
about
from
over there?
his demon.
Oh well, Zatoichi seemed to be glowing and having a good time.
Like when
so I-
Zatoichi speaks, it sounds like blood gurgling out of a slit throat. No, I
That's kind
imagine
of a
that's
fun
what
sound
infernal
for
sounds
Neath.
like.
Sound,
Sure.
For Neath, yeah.
You're familiar with that
Yeah,
sound. You
I
know
am.
exactly what that sounds like. You've slit a couple throats in your day
Just a
and
couple.
watched them die.
well, he says that the ash is actually dry skin and flesh, and it's not ash at all, and he loves it. He's having a good time.
And you guys all
feeding.
now realize Neath is the only one with the mouth and nose covering. You all have been breathing in skin cells and flesh for the last 300 yards that you've been in this barrier.
I immediately go and make a makeshift mask.
You can do so.
Neath is good at this
If
stuff.
anybody has like cloths or rags or something, you can easily make a makeshift face mask.
Do I have extra? Check.
Martel doesn't seem to care. Martel is a paladin of Hades, so he is not unfamiliar with this kind of shit in the air.
Is it doing anything bad to
No.
us?
No, it's
Whoa.
not doing. It's not doing. Oh, I didn't do it.
Towel.
Paper towels right there.
But no, it's not doing anything negative to you guys. You guys just now know you're breathing in dry skin and flesh. It's not ash.
Dope. I'm just gonna let this happen because I don't have any extra cloth. And I don't feel like holding my robe over my face, and it's not detrimental to me. So
It is It is far from pleasant on the other side of this bridge.
I put my eye patch over my eye. I'm like, well, at least I can protect one of my eyes.
Can any of this be... Let's see. Well, Zatoichi's feeding. That's good. This is cool. Not too much there. Do I have any, like, skills that make this awesome? No.
I have nothing really helpful right now.
And you guys do get all 30 people successfully across the bridge. You all get 1,000 XP for getting those 30 people out of the shithole.
Nice.
Wait.
Do we get it right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Add 1,000 XP to your character sheet.
Dope.
Oh, I just leveled up.
Oh, ding, ding, ding. Look at you.
That means I get a level 9 spell slot.
Congratulations on
What a
saving those 30 people, y'all.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I'm proud of you. Thank you. And
That's what we do. We save people every
Martel
day. Just by existing.
gives them directions on how to get to Kronos' farm. And then
Not to impose.
on to Aspasia if they need. And everybody thanks him. Some hug him. Some get on their knees and bow. And they hurriedly make their way off into the beautiful Acmonian wood where it's nice and the weather isn't shit and it isn't snowing skin. And food will probably
Yeah.
taste good again.
All right. So do we all stay inside the barrier to help the people out of the barrier? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I've got the taste of
All
shit
right,
in my
well,
mouth.
I guess let's just go back to where we were.
But the ambrosia did help Cedric, right? In the barrier.
No.
Made him feel a little better.
I mean,
made him feel
it
better.
didn't de-age
Right,
him.
it didn't de-age him. But he felt better, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go back. Let's keep traveling through death.
And as you guys begin to make your way back the way you came, you see another person sitting around that fireplace all by themselves. The flame is kind of bluish purple, and they're just sitting there with their hands out in front of the fire.
What do you think? Should we go talk to them?
We talked to everyone else.
Hey, person, were you asleep when we took everyone else across?
No, I've been here the entire time.
Wow. Do you just like it here or what?
I love it here.
Who are you?
And Martel grins and says, I know who it is. You
Yeah.
son of a bitch. And then the person smiles, really, really big, toothy grin. And they say, well, Martel, if it isn't my favorite paladin, what brings you
Oh.
to this land of death and despair? And Martel says, I have a bone to pick with that necromancer. And then they stand up and they go over to Martel and they say, now, why would you ever want to do anything like that? And Martel says, this isn't the natural order. Even for you, this isn't the natural order. And the person looks around, they smile, and they're like, yeah, but I could get used to this.
Are
And
we
then-
hearing all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Martel points up at the big spiraling vortex on the horizon and says, all those souls that you're not getting to reap, and you think this would be better? And the person frowns, and then they say, that's a very good point. When you do kill them, make sure you send them to me. And Martel says, I wouldn't do it any other way.
Hey, as long as my blade can get a little blood. Although he seems very happy just being here, so not super important. But
And then
I'm a
the
good
person
blade.
that was at the fire turns to you four and says, be incredibly careful. None of your healing magics are going to work as long as that necromancer exists, and your ambrosia is going to be severely reduced.
So still effective, but just not as effective.
Correct.
I see.
treat it like a healing potion,
Unless
maybe.
you would like to trade that ambrosia for mine.
So are you saying that your ambrosia would be like normal ambrosia?
Yeah, here in this land? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, why do you want our ambrosia?
Well, I mean, I just offered a trade. You don't have to take it.
I mean,
I've got an extra water skin of ambrosia. I could trade for a water skin of yours, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I do the same.
And then they put their hand into
Don't waste yours. I mean, a sip is all it takes. If I've
into
got
the
good
air,
shit.
and there is a glowing purple portal that materializes. and they bring their hand out, and there is a water skin that is black.
I make sure mine is not my never-ending water skin, but is in fact one of my water skins of
good
ambrosia.
call. Good call.
Just double check if it's just, I don't know, I've got a cool jade mug. Pull that out. Pour a little in. Is it ambrosia or is it water?
It's here. It's the ambrosia.
Okay. It's just a sip here.
And then they trade their water skin with yours. This water skin looks familiar. You've seen a water skin like this before. You've seen someone fill a couple different water skins that looked exactly like this before.
Mm.
And they take yours and they put it back in the portal and they hand you their water skin.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I do the same.
I mean, we can all just use the one I just traded. I have 3 water skins of ambrosia and a never-ending water skin. So I can always trade one and have the terrible ambrosia that Hades has.
So we know this is Hades?
I mean,
Yes.
Mhm.
I assume at this point.
It's totally Hades.
Okay.
That's how Hades likes
So-
to do it.
Got garbage
Hades.
ambrosia.
Hades,
Loves this
I
death
actually
shit.
have a question for you.
Really?
I do.
Go ahead and ask.
Since the healing magic is having the opposite effect of what we're used to, do you have any idea what would happen if I cast Resurrection?
Oh, you probably straight kill somebody.
Noted. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so do our attacks heal then? Is this a topsy-turvy world or just healing's no good?
What are you attacking?
Like a necromancer. If I hit him with a blade, does he like that?
Oh, no, that'll probably still cut.
Okay. And if I punch him, is he like gonna, shudder with delight and gross
No,
me the
that'd
fuck
probably
out?
be doubly effective.
Excellent.
Hmm.
You
'Cause of
ever
my awesome
punched
fist.
bone before?
Oh yeah, from time to time.
Yes, you have punched bone.
Punch bone.
You've fought skeletons saving Electo.
Yeah.
So is healing? Does it do the same damage amount as it would if it were healing?
Oh, I imagine so.
Oh yeah. So could we heal our opponents and that
you know what I'm
hurts 'em?
thinking.
Oh, I'm sure
Mhm.
I'm absolutely sure you could.
Hmm.
Love that. That's straight from a god's mouth.
That's,
Our
that's
ears.
how you handle undead, bashing weapons and healing magic. That's the trick. Congratulations, you guys now know and are fully equipped to beat undead.
We came to it on our own.
This is why paladins and clerics are fantastic against undead, because they make it
Yes.
incredibly easy. Turn undead, lay on hands that Martel has for 100 points would be 100 points of damage
Man.
to an undead creature.
We knew a cleric once.
Vince figured it out a long time ago, didn't you,
We
Vince?
did.
I did.
How are the muses, by the way?
Oh, they're always fantastic.
I bet. Tell them I said hi when you see them again.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Any other questions you guys want to bother me with?
Any-
Kind of ruining my moment here.
Anybody else having any smart questions to ask?
Nope.
I'm sorry to ruin your moment.
No, I don't care.
That's not our intention.
No, I don't care. It's perfectly okay.
We're just
This is delightful, but Martell is right. This is not the natural order. All of those souls could be mine.
well, that's true. But there's no stopping me from going after this dude. It's personal, Kidnapped my girlfriend back in the day.
Oh, yeah. How is Electo?
She's great.
I mean, I know. I just saw her a couple hours ago.
I know.
She's fantastic.
It's fun conversing with you, always.
How do you guys like the taste of flesh and skin? Is that enjoyable?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but it's not, it's not hurting me any. It's not great.
How about you, Neith? You enjoying it?
I'm not tasting anything right now.
She covered up.
Because I covered it.
Are you enjoying it?
It's something I might be able to get used to over
it's an
time.
acquired taste. Well, good luck on your lich hunt.
Thank you.
Best of luck. And Hades looks way off into the horizon.
Which way? Towards the beam or towards the good stuff?
towards the swirly cloud and the beam. And they say that's going to be a pain in the ass to get to.
Mm.
Is it
Any
just like far away?
tips or tricks on the best way to get there?
Can you see in the dark?
Nope.
Ooh, you're going to want to be able to find some way to see in the dark.
Oh, hey Neith, I can see in the dark, so just stay close to me.
Oh, hold on.
Because it's only going to get darker the deeper you go into the lands.
I've got 3 night vision potions.
Night.
Have you guys stopped at Sklovari yet? Of course you haven't. This path is on the way to Sklovari.
That's right.
We heard that there's one of the people in Skovari went crazy.
Oh, yeah, there's very likely some altar of control there. in Sklovari.
Altar of
an
control.
altar of control.
Well, I imagine that's how I would do it if I was a lich and needed an undead army.
So if we destroy the altar, then we release the people, right?
Probably.
If you were a lich and were putting an altar in somewhere, would you put it just like in the middle of town, or
Oh,
would
no,
a church
no.
do it,
I'd
or-
hide it in a crypt somewhere.
Crypt.
Underground. Look for churches. Look
Church.
for graveyards.
Will my
I like
ashes
this.
of
This
the
is gonna be
undead
fun.
help me in any way around here?
It's gonna be
What,
fucking
help
sweet.
you?
Yeah.
No, not at all. It'll help them for sure.
Okay, so don't give them ashes of undead. Got it.
I mean, you can. That'd be interesting. I wouldn't mind
Interesting.
seeing it.
What would happen if I were to make sunlight appear?
We might get to go into a crypt.
Oh, I don't know. Have you tried?
Jam.
Not yet. I'm
Try.
curious. I'm curious to find
Oh,
out.
do it now.
Oh, and I still have my drift globe too.
Oh, I remember
There you go.
that.
I don't know what that is.
I
It's a
have.
little-
I'm taking care of
It's
myself.
like a little tiny
Oh,
mage light that follows around, illuminates, what's it, like 30 feet in front of you or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah,
make some.
Hmm.
We got time. What are you doing?
we got light. We're good.
See what happens.
Oh.
Maybe it blows this entire place up, son.
Well,
Everything's great.
It's a high level spell, so I don't want to use it right
All
now.
right. Well, I got this working ambrosia.
No, that is
I just
true.
use my drift globe. It's
Reminder,
good.
it will taste like shit,
Yeah,
but it'll get the job done.
that's right. These mushroom. I already got shit in my mouth from my mushroom.
And the ash, aka skin in there.
Yeah, but that probably tastes fine.
Hey,
Humans are
Ari.
not bad.
Can
Just
I
like pork.
have you take a bit of your ambrosia and just pour it onto the tips of my crossbow bolts?
Sure. Just, I pour a little into my jade mug. Not to be goofy here, and just to how many?
Just like a handful of them.
And what tips of what?
My crossbow bolts.
I do that.
Pour the
Just
ambrosia over the crossbow bolts.
a little bit.
Sweet. It dribbles off the tip of the crossbow bolts and into the ground.
Dope. Do like cool, weird, terrible plants grow?
So it doesn't stick onto the.
It doesn't stick onto the crossbow bolts. It slides off the tip.
Okay.
It was a good. It was a good thought.
I know what you were
I would
going
have done
for,
the same thing.
but it's not thick or viscous enough to coat crossbow bolts.
No big.
Well, all right.
You want to do the? Oh, you didn't want to do the sunlight because it's too high.
I could make good berry and then put a berry on the end of your crossbow bolts.
What would the purpose be?
Well, I mean, good berry, it restores HP.
Oh,
If
It
you
restores
already
one hit
had
point.
something sticky on it,
you do
Mhm.
one hit point damage.
do you think it would stick to that?
Like honey or something? Like mix it together?
Well, I've got these poisoned arrows.
Onward ho!
All right,
Just a
let's go.
I was just thinking, since Hades said, healing magic and bashing weapons, and
No, I like it. I
I
like
seem
it.
to be lacking anything to bash things with,
I don't have any extra like clubs.
as I kind of just show my rapier and a crossbow.
Oh. I mean, I've got a couple short swords. You could use the flat ends of them.
I could turn you into a giant ape if you wanted to.
Potentially.
Dude, it's the best. It's the best time. She turned me into ape once. It was awesome. Best. Just a great adventure. Great adventure.
And then Hades turns around after not receiving any more questions
Oh.
and does their dismissive backwards wave. And they walk into the fire and they vanish back into the underworld.
I'm just thinking, guys, I don't like this place. Let's just go and get this over with.
Yeah, it's not a simple jaunt to the capital. I hope you guys know what you've gotten yourselves into. This is a whole nother side adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I had 4.
Well, no place to. I guess we're committed, so nowhere to go but forward.
I follow along.
And then
I follow
Martel
Martel.
continues to walk on the path with his summoned steed to make his way to Sklovari.
Cool. I follow
yeah,
along.
I
Clap,
follow.
Clap, 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 clap.
As you guys are riding along, you can hear screeches in the air. You can see carrion birds and vultures flying around, circling through parts of the dead forest and over fields where you can imagine they're very likely hovering before they go and eat, I don't know, a corpse or people that have died who've been caught, in this terrible place for an extended period of time. They couldn't get away safely.
Rough.
It is rough. It's not pleasant.
Hey, car guy, how you doing? Doing okay?
I'm doing all right, but we'll need to rest soon.
Okay. Well, we'll find a spot.
We'll find a spot for the mansion.
Yeah, for the mansion, and I don't know. I'm probably gonna stay outside with. Can the mansion have large rooms? Can Karga get in a ballroom, maybe?
Please hold. Let me consult the official ruling.
And does he have to be able to pass back through the door to get out? Because that could also then be an issue. And me and Karga might just sleep outside if that's the case. Because I'm not going to leave him by himself.
No, the entrance is 10 feet wide by 10 feet tall.
No. Okay.
He could get in, but getting out,
Not going to work out, yeah.
That's probably not going to work
Okay,
out.
so let's find a place to camp. You can absolutely do the mansion, and you two can hang out in the mansion, but I'm going to have to stay out with Karga because he's got some, growing to do.
I think we should all stick together.
I mean,
Where's that mansion?
Wherever we want it.
Yeah,
I mean, we could put the mansion just right here next to them.
Yeah, I just feel like it's not a safe place for.
I mean, I'm gonna.
I mean, it's just sorry.
Hmm.
I mean, it's up to you, Gelsira, but you probably want to come in to eat at least.
I mean,
right?
if there's going to be a mansion, I'm going to go in.
Exactly. There's
So-
going to be a mansion.
Look, nobody's gonna one-hit kill me. So
Yep.
if I
Can we,
meditate and go
Do
to
we
sleep,
hear things outside
Hey,
the
Vince,
mansion
can we? Yeah,
when we're in the
like
mansion?
if
If he
Ari
attack
were to
me,
hear from-
Not after the door is closed.
Well, what if
We'll
Ari?
just keep the door open.
Yeah, then everything can get in. Please leave the door open.
guys, it's fine. You go in the
But
mansion.
we'll put Ari right across the door so that he'll be the one, he'll wake up and let us know something's going on.
We will have a servant stand right by the door, and their job will be to constantly look outside. And if he needs anything, he can open the door
Yeah,
for
just build
him.
a fucking
Oh,
peephole
not bad. Yeah,
in the
you
door.
got servants.
Oh,
Okay.
The servants
Yeah.
can keep an eye on me.
Managed.
Yeah, so let's look for a nice clearing because Karga's going to need space regardless of the mansion needing space. So as we travel, let's keep going until we decide we need to take a break, find a clearing, find a good one, and then do the mansion thing and let
So
Karga
from
go
what
to sleep.
Jelsira and Ari can remember from their last time here, Sklovari's probably only a couple more hours away to get to the town proper.
Ooh, maybe there's an inn we could stay at.
Okay, again, me and Karga are going to need to find
We're
a
looking
nice
for
clearing.
space, Gelsira. We're looking for space.
So
Mhm.
maybe, so what time of day is it now-ish?
You have no
Afternoon.
way to discern what time of day it is because you don't see the sun, you don't see the moon, you don't see stars.
How long has it been since we've been traveling after talking to Hades?
Oh,
Or how long would it take us to get to Sklovari from Hades? You
from
said,
Hades
2
to
hours?
Sklovari, probably about 2 or 3 hours.
How soon does Karga need to rest?
And that would be just fine.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take a rest here. Is there a
Sounds
clearing?
good to me,
Is there a
and I get
clearing?
off my horse.
Huh?
Can we find a clearing
Yeah,
close by?
you can find a field of wheat that, looks like it used to be a field of wheat that is rotted and barren with stalks that are smushed and crumpled and can't maintain their own weight.
Okay, guys, you good with taking a break here? Taking a rest
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. I wouldn't mind.
before we get to
I wouldn't mind eating and then sleeping.
Sklovari off in the distance there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just right over yonder.
Right over
You know
yonder.
you're close to it.
Hey, Vince, do you think you could make your mansion appear?
Oh, way ahead of you. As I kind of just take my fingers, stretch out a little bit, and then wada, almost like a ritualistic dance.
Boom.
Cast a spell.
Uh-oh.
So you create your magic mansion.
DM has an idea.
And
His magnificent mansion.
sorry, my apologies. Your magnificent mansion.
Thank you.
And as you do, the walls begin to build, but it looks like the inside of the magnificent mansion is what's being built. You can see, the dining room tables and chairs forming walls. You can see books from your library forming foundation. You can see body parts and bones and skeletal structure of the servants inside, creating the columns that would create the entryway into the mansion. It is a magnificent mansion if it was made out of people and things and bone and sinew, but it is there in its entirety, 100%.
Okay.
And then blood is dripping from, where the windows would be, and the windows that are normally shutters, it's stretched out skin of your servants.
Okay. Just all
You
I need
can
is
see
a
like eyes and teeth patchworked into walls of flesh.
This is a fucking grotesque mansion, Vince.
Let's get a little bit of eyeliner and let's just go with it.
Meat takes a look at this and pulls out some rations and finds a tree and just leans against it.
Yeah, it sounds like a Lovecraft mansion.
I know, right? Like,
It is magnificent in the other direction, but it is a magnificent mansion.
And I'm like,
Like Martell is like, oh, metal.
Yeah.
And he goes up to the door and he knocks. Do I have to knock? How's this door open?
Oh, it's easy. And I just kind of wave my hand.
And then the door opens, and as it opens, flesh creaks and tears. You can hear the ripping of flesh
ooh.
separating from the wall.
Love it.
And then the inside of the mansion looks like what would normally be the outside of the regular magnificent mansion. There are columns made out of marble. The floor is made out of the ceiling. The tables and chairs are hodgepodges of like windows and shutters like you would normally see outside of a gilded mansion. The mansion just looks like it's inside out, just with the outside being in and the outside being the fleshy part of people, and the outside being the inside, which is glorious and beautiful. Sparkling clean, magnificent, smooth. The food smells great. You can smell food
Ooh,
from the area of the kitchen.
do I smell the food from outside the mansion?
Yeah.
I go inside the mansion.
Hey, Joe, can you bring out some food for Karga?
Mm-hmm.
And
Thanks.
the servants on the inside are still the servants on the inside, except there's no bodies in the clothes. They look like they're just floating outfits. You guys have seen the Haunted Mansion Disney ride, yeah? Where like the ghost and shit are like walking around and stuff like that's what so it's just like moving outfits, but you don't see bodies in them, but you can see them bow to greet you guys as you come in. You can hear them in their disembodied voices. Welcome. What would you like to eat? Do you need to be shown to your rooms? It's just still nice and glorious on the inside. Only the outside is fucking twisted.
Okay.
Cool.
Neath is good.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk. You don't want to go inside.
Nope.
No.
I sit.
Martell's like,
that
yeah.
smells like trap every day of the week.
I need
Nope.
I need some food. I need some moose, and I need some deer, and I need some wine. All of the wine. You have wine, Vince?
As much as you want.
All of the wine. I want my armor polished. I want my shield and weapon nice and clean because I'm going to be bashing guts later, and I need to look glorious while doing it. And then the servants in their disembodied voices bow and take his personal effects, and they're just floating. They look like they're being held. You can't see hands, but it looks like it's floating in front of the clothes. Magic in this place is twisted. I love it.
Twisted magic. All right, well, let's go to sleep.
And outside, Karga walks in a small circle, and then a bigger circle, and a bigger circle. He's making sure there's clearing for him to grow. And then he stands up on his little baby dragon hind legs for just a moment, and he outstretches his neck and puts his head to the sky, and what would normally be exuding lightning, there is a large geyser of acid, like liquid acid and toxic cloud, and he begins to thicken out and get a little bit taller. The entire time that he's exhaling what should have been lightning but is now acid and toxic gas, his scales are starting to change color. Instead of being bronze and silverish, they're now fading into or changing gradiently into like the blackish scales that you saw on the ancient black dragon that you guys fought. His wings are getting a lot bigger. He is no longer 2 or 3 feet tall. He's now grown into about an 8.5-foot, 9-foot tall dragon. And his little roar is becoming a rather large roar that's beginning to echo, like in just on the wind around him. And then he leans forward and lands on his front legs. And there before you is now a juvenile black and bronze drake. He's not little baby Karga anymore. He would have been just a regular bronze dragon, but since coming across the bridge and the different magics here, it's kind of altered his physiology.
Whoa.
Black dragons are normally chaotic, but Karga seems like regular Karga. He isn't going to get an alignment shift from being a black dragon.
Dope.
And around his eyes, there are still silver and bronze speckled scales. So he's this beautiful black onyx-looking dragon with highlighted silver scales around his eyes.
Nice.
And he looks at you and smiles as acid drips from his fangs and his maw into the ground, and you can hear it sizzle. And he looks at himself and beats his wings massively, and you can feel the cold air being moved by his wings around you, like it envelops you in this cold air. And he says, well, this was most unexpected.
Looking good, though, bud.
Do I?
Yeah, you look great.
I was expecting lightning, and instead I get acid and venom. I could be okay with this.
Yeah, it could work.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to ride on your shoulder.
Can you fly?
Oh, yes, I can fly.
Well, I think we're probably
I
all
am
right
rather
then.
hungry.
Well, I'll go
Can I
into
eat
the...
your horse?
No, I'll go into the mansion and bring out as much food as you need.
Oh, okay.
But don't eat my horse.
Do you have any more of that jerky?
Yeah.
How much jerky do you have left?
Jesus Christ.
Sweetie bought like 3 pounds of it, right?
I had a bunch.
You had a
I
bunch.
had 35 pounds of jerky.
Oh, 35 pounds.
Yeah,
of
I've
jerky.
given him some. I say I probably got at least 30 pounds left.
Yeah.
I will need all of that jerky.
But you can have it, buddy. It's all for you. 30 pounds of jerky, and I'll also go get you some food out of the mansion. So
And he begins to snarf down 30 pounds of jerky.
yeah.
Like, as a little baby dragon, he would be fine with a pound or two.
Yeah, get it, girl.
But because he's now a juvenile dragon, he is going to eat all 30 pounds of that
Fine,
jerky.
I'm living his best life. I hustle into the mansion and say, I need like an entire boar and large
For what? Martel says.
a dragon,
A real dragon?
but juvenile. Dragon.
Oh,
Karga grew up.
Karga grew up?
Yeah. Bring
Oh,
if you go look
man.
at him, bring food.
He rips off just a hunk of meat from a pig and like is gnawing on it. And he grabs the rest of the pig under his other arm and he bolts out the door
That's the spirit.
to
All right.
go see this juvenile dragon. He's expecting a bronze dragon. And he will like Wile E. Coyote comedic cartoonish skid to a stop as he sees this large juvenile black dragon with silver scales around its eyes. And he's like, that's the same dragon?
Yeah, that's Karga.
Karga?
Twisted magic,
And then
man.
Karga says, Martel. And Martel's like, can I ride you?
Of course.
And Karga says, I suppose so. Will you let me ride you? That depends. How much of that pig are you going to give me? And Martel says, I'll give you all of it. And throws like the pig body at Karga. And then Karga snatches it with his massive claw and pulls it towards him. His nails leave scrapes in the dirt. And Karga said, all of the pig. And Martel stops and looks at the hunk he had in his hand. And then begrudgingly tosses it over to Karga. And Karga snatches it out of the air. Nom, and salivates acid. And it drips into the ground and sizzles. And Martel says, that is so badass. And then unsummons his mount. His spectral dragon mount disappears. And he says, I'll ride you later. And Karga says, only if you keep me fed.
Magnificent
And
Mansion's
then
going to come in handy
Martell
for feeding
runs
you.
back into the
Right.
mansion screaming, Vince, I need more food. I need all of the food.
All of
Yeah.
the food.
Yes. It's all yours. Take all the food you want.
Yes. And you guys can have a wonderful dinner inside the Inside Out Magnificent Mansion. Neith, you did not go inside the
I
mansion,
did
right?
not. And while I'm seeing this dragon transforming into a juvenile dragon, I actually go behind the tree that I'm at and just try to make myself as small and unobtrusive as possible because I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen. I've never seen a dragon evolve before, and like you said, dragons are
I
usually
gotta draw up a
chaotic.
character sheet for Karga now for
Oh.
a juvenile black dragon.
Ooh.
So I'm basically
There's a reason you
hiding. I'm
didn't bring
hiding.
Electo and Pan. I didn't want too many NPCs.
I'm basically hiding
You're
now.
hiding,
Yeah.
and you can hide. It's safe. There's nothing going to accost you
Okay,
as you
good.
relax through the evening. There's no skeletons or zombies yet that you'll have to worry about.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yet.
Mindless people that are fighting just for the sake of fighting because of the bloodlust. Got the bloodlust. Got the bloodlust, Perry. And you guys can have a fantastic long rest in the Inside Out Magnificent Mansion.
Dope.
Sweet. Oh, fuck. And I think that'll do us for this episode of Some Would Play. Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoy this new, darker version of the world. I've been waiting on it for a long, long time. So please keep listening and enjoy this journey with me. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to Some Would Play, a production of the Outsanity Network. Join us again next week as the story continues. Find us online at www.somewouldplay.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at SomeWouldPlay. Deborah is at Sonyataki, Rico is at R1C0, Daphne is at Dafterthought, and I am Psychedelic M. If you enjoy the show, please tell your friends and share it with others. And remember, in real life, you needn't roll for initiative, so just seize it.